What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to Watch Chris. I am Kristen, and over here is all about conversations and commentary. Recently, there's been a pandemic and a catastrophe to hit the entire world. The coronavirus has taken over media outlets, news sites, the internet, grocery stores, and I'm sure I'm not alone when I say anxiety is at an all-time high. Everyone is freaking out for different reasons, and rightfully so. I mean, people are hoarding hand sanitizer and Clorox, okay? You walk into the stores, the shelves are empty, there's no noodles, there's no Charmin. But seriously, some people are afraid because they literally have no idea what's going on and they just see hysteria all around them. Some people are afraid because there are rumors of extensive quarantines and business shutdowns, and they don't know how they're gonna make their income for potentially the next 8 weeks. Other people just have general anxiety about seeing people running around in masks and gloves and not being able to purchase everyday necessities. Whatever the reason, this could potentially be a time that brings a lot of chaos and uneasy feelings. Going from the day-to-day of work and school to straight up cabin fever lockdown could really weigh on you and trigger things like extreme laziness, FOMO, and more importantly, depression. So to avoid those lows during this turmoil and stress, here are 5 things you should do to turn this depression into succession. Number 1, put energy towards a passion project. In the case that an extremely long lockdown does happen, it doesn't have to mean chronic boredom and moping. Instead, you can put that energy towards something that you have been working on or may want to start. The business of life can sometimes make us put our passions and desires on pause. For instance, I love creating videos and content, and I really want to build my internet home for all of you to enjoy. And sometimes with work, it gets a little hectic and I end up putting this on the back burner. So think of something that you've been wanting to accomplish, or maybe even find something new that intrigues you. Number 2, stay informed, but don't overwhelm yourself. In the age of information overload, it can be extremely difficult to not find yourself going to the deep, dark hole of OMG, the world is ending. I know. However, it is important to be informed about what's going on without letting news consume you. In this particular case, this pandemic does affect our everyday lives, and we need to know what's going on. We need to know if things are getting better or if there's some things that we need to be on the alert about. Credible news sites and media outlets are the best way to stay in the know or inform you on the situation if you really don't know what's going on. Now, what I don't recommend is surfing the internet and finding yourself drowning in a web of lies and deceit. Seriously, consuming too many opinions can really confuse you and cause you to become even more fearful because of so many conflicting stories. The easiest way to drive yourself crazy is getting news from people who've already driven themselves crazy. Credible news sites, okay? Do your research. Number 3, stay sharp and active. When you have idle time, you have an idle mind, and we don't want that. Of course, take some time to unplug from everything that's going on. But while you're nailed down to your living room chairs and couches, make sure your mind is still at work. Reading, journaling, puzzles, art, your hair, seriously, anything to keep your mind working and not becoming lazy in the brain. Because when all of this is over, you want to be able to jump back into the flow of things as quickly as possible and get right back on top of things. Staying active is also important in a time like this. If you're someone who works out at a gym or studio, they may close down for a while. But you probably know some exercises that you can do at home and mimic without the gym equipment. For other people, their exercise comes through the movement of everyday life. Now that you're not doing anything and you're really not advised to go outside, what do? You do not have to be out here doing extreme workouts, okay? That is not the only way to get some movement in, get some energy going, and get your blood flowing. One way is meditation. Literally just taking a moment or moments to breathe, okay? Inhaling and exhaling and giving your lungs a workout. Also a way to try to escape from all of the outside noise. Another thing is stretching, all right? If you're able-bodied, a good stretch is always the move. It could keep you from getting stiff, especially if you're used to moving with work. It gets the blood circulating and flowing, and a good stretch, a real good stretch, can almost feel like a workout if it's been a while. Whatever you decide, it's important that you don't press pause on your mind or your body. Your spirit will thank you. Number 4, watch your spending and side hustles. Now, in this time where your income could quite possibly slow down, you want to make sure you're being resourceful with your coins. If you're like me, food is probably one of your biggest expenses, and now might be the time to cut back on the fine dining. Plus, you may not have a choice because a lot of places are closed. Hopefully, cooking is an option for you, and getting some groceries could really save you some money, and you could become a chef in the process. Overall, your spending in this time could be crucial to the next couple of months based off what you thought your income was going to be. Since a lot of establishments are probably closed down in your area, this might make it easier for you to hold it down on the purchases. However, we do have the internet, okay? In the spirit of online shopping, resist it, rebuke it, don't do it if it's not necessary. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't have to punish yourself, but you just want to be really mindful and wise during this time. It also might be a good time to tap into a side hustle. This kind of relates back to the passion project, except for you can make some money off of it. And it may not be the thing that you absolutely love to do, but something that you're good at and could get some income from it. Maybe there's some small businesses in your area that could really use some help. So if you know some, reach out to them and see if there's anything you could do.
Now, keep in mind that at this time, a lot of businesses, especially small businesses and entrepreneurs, probably aren't in the position to give you a whole lot of money, okay? So just think of this as extra money, no matter how big or little the amount, and think of it as a potential new job or new side hustle once all of this is done and their businesses pick back up.
This could be a good time to set up your side hustle too. With your free time, look up some things that you could learn or master that could bring you some money in the future. Maybe work on your website so you can be ready for that big launch, or look into that certification class that you need to complete to be able to start making money. That way, if something like this or anything happens again that prevents you from making money, you'll be set up with your side hustle and stress-free. All right, and lastly, number 5, glass half full mindset. This one is pretty simple, guys. Just try to stay positive. I know that can sound real bubblegum at a time like this where there's so much going on and not a lot of it seems positive at all. But applying these tips that I gave you could really help you keep a hopeful and productive mindset, and possibly give you a different mindset once all of this is over and produce an amazing new idea or business venture. These are hectic times, trust me, I know, but that doesn't mean that productivity isn't an option. I want to hear from all of you guys. What are some things that you plan on doing if you're quarantined? Let me know if you've already started doing some of these things, or maybe if you have something that I didn't mention that could help everyone out as well. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who work in the service industry, grocery stores, delivery drivers, and honestly anybody who has had to deal with this influx of business, and anyone who can't work remotely from home and their income is being extremely affected by all of this. I'm actually one of those people too who have to be off of work for a couple of weeks due to all of this, but I know that there's a lot of people who literally don't know what they're going to be able to do because they can't make any money and there is no work from home.
Another thing, guys, I know that we are all ready for this to be over, and we're actually a big part of how that's going to happen, okay? So remember to practice all of your good hygiene tips. Go to the CDC. They have a lot of information, a lot of useful, helpful information on how you can stop this from spreading and how you can take care of yourself as well as looking out for others. They also have a lot of information about what's going on, updates in different areas, and just general information surrounding COVID-19 and things that we should know. So yeah, the CDC is definitely one of those credible sources that you could get information from.
Don't forget to like this video, let me know what you plan on doing during this time of quarantine, and make sure you subscribe because this is one of my passion projects. So this is something while I'm on my downtime, I'm gonna be doing, so you don't wanna miss anything. Also, share this video if you found it helpful. Maybe it can help some more people that that don't really know what to do during this time. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Bye.